You're all set. Here we go. All right. This is the Common Council meeting held Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026 at 7 p.m. The meeting is called to order. Would you please call the roll?
Alderperson Druzwicki.
Present.
Alderperson Bailey.
Present.
Alderperson Kastner.
Present.
Alderperson Sarian.
Present.
Alderperson Akers is excused.
Okay, item B is opening prayer. Deacon Leggett is here this evening.
Good evening. Let us take a moment and pause for prayer. Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for this day and ask for your blessings on all of us. The members of this Common Council ask for your guidance, wisdom, and support as they begin their meeting. Give them the spirit of service and fill them with your grace as they make decisions that will affect this community. We especially pray for peace in our own country. May all remain peaceful in their actions. And we ask you also, dear Lord, to watch over our citizens, especially our children. We also pray for our military and our first responders. And we pray this to you, dear God, who are our Lord and Savior. Amen.
And item C is the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you please join me as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Moving along, item D, is there a motion to approve the January 20th, 2026?
I would like to make that motion to approve the January 2026 minutes.
By Alderperson Bailey. Is there a second?
Second.
By second, Alderperson Druzwicki. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Under Mayor's report this evening, just one quick note. Firefighter, HEO operator, Mr. Groff has retired after 15 years in the department. He came from Greendale about 15 years ago or so. He entered the fire service later in his life. I want to wish him the best. He was, when my son was in Little League, which was like 15 years ago now, Jim and I would watch, and his wife Pam would watch the Little League games together, and I saw his son there, who was just as big as Ben. So it was a very nice event, so I want to wish him the best. Under item E1 is a resolution providing for the sale of approximately $7,270,000 worth of GO General Obligation Promissory Notes Series 2026. We have Mr. Joe Murray here this evening. Let's make sure you have
Should be on.
Good evening. Joe Murray from Ellers, proud to be the city's financial advisor. Before you this evening is the set sale resolution to finance the city's 2026 capital improvement program. It's looking to issue $7,270,000 of general obligation promissory notes. This is for roughly $3 million for street and streetlight projects, $1.3 million for buildings, some 10-year equipment for $2.2 million, some 5-year equipment for $720,000, and $105,000 for some park improvements. As part of the process, we will be going through getting another credit rating for Moody's. Right now, the city has a AA2 rating, which is the third highest rating, which is a very good rating for your community. The better your rating, the lower interest rates you get, so that's a very positive sign. The structuring on the notes is based around the type of purpose. For those that have shorter lives and the smaller dollar amounts, they were amortized over a 5-year period. There's the 10-year equipment, just because it was tried to estimate that those pieces of equipment will last about 10 years. And then the streets and buildings amortized over 15 years. All of it is structured with level debt service, and it will be able to take advantage of a backfill, if you will. Your existing debt service is going to drop off in 2027. This additional debt will backfill that fall off. So the good news is the projected tax increase for next year for debt, right now for 2026, your debt service tax rate is $1.43. We're projecting that it'll see a 2-cent increase up to $1.45 next year. So very little tax impact with this additional borrowing. The structure also does provide for your debt service tax rate to drop again in 2028. So you will have capacity again next year to be looking at doing your capital improvement borrowing with minimal tax impact, hopefully for next year. Rates have dropped and have been pretty stable for the last couple months. Hopefully that'll continue. We are projecting that the city will receive a true interest cost of roughly 3.86%. The plan will be to do the sale on March 17th and be back before you that evening to do the award. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Does anyone have any questions? I only have one question for you. I learned that, I think it's Burlington is actually doing a series of one-year borrows locally, I think through a bank, where they're financing the short-term purchase, well, the promissory notes are for like a year and a day. Is that a possibility?
You could. That is a levy limit game, is what that is. They are doing it for a year and a day. It qualifies as long-term debt, so you can levy for it outside of levy limits.
Which is like this.
Which is like this. So this is outside of levy limits. But at a year and a day, most of them are usually by going to the local bank. They'll get the loan in October when you're doing your budget, and then they usually paid off right around this time. So you're paying about 4 or 5 months worth of interest. But it's purely being done as a levy limit game, if you will, to finance their capital improvements that way on a short-term basis. And help provide.
Doesn't that make, I mean, I'm not trying to, does that make sense for us to do that, say with police cars that don't seem to be making it more than 5 years sometimes? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not suggesting to do it for the long-term capital equipment. I mean, it's something I'd like to look at going into next year's budget.
You can, just understand that once you are on that path, you'll never get off. Because once you move it out of your operating levy and put it onto your debt levy, you'll be backfilling and using your operating levy capacity to pay for other operating expenses, salaries and wages.
So the police car, I mean,
You
I'm
could
just
do that.
talking police cars. I'm just talking police cars and capital equipment. I'd rather finance them, I guess, for 4 or 5 months than 4 or 5 years. That's what I'm trying to get at, right?
We could shorten the amortization of this. The city has traditionally just done 15 years, and for longer-term assets to make it, I mean, we could shorten it up. There would be some savings because you wouldn't be paying as much interest.
So I think we're contemplating doing that with police cars at 5 years, I thought,
I think
right?
that's what we've been doing is 5 years for
Right.
police.
So I'm wondering if we can amortize it even less to 1 year or 9 months or whatever that is, that Burlington is doing. It seemed to be a creative way to
What are they
save
using
in.
it for?
Huh?
What is Burlington using it for?
What they're doing is they're using it, so we can't levy for capital equipment. We can levy for debt. So
Burlington
if
using
you,
this year
if
and a
you
day?
do, if you do a borrow for a year and a day, I think it's considered
Long-term debt.
long-term debt, you can levy for that purchase through debt and then pay it off quicker.
It's
But
like,
what that would mean, though, is that I think our budget for police cars is usually $250,000, $300,000. We can't budget we can't levy for $250,000, $300,000 in an operating expense or to purchase those cars. But we
in a
can't,
year and a day, we can use that not as an operating expense?
we would not be paying 4 years of interest on a police car, and we would essentially be levying for the capital equipment on a cash basis, plus
But
4.
that cash basis is not really part of the.
So the question is, will the 250, if it's 250,000 in police cars every year,
Yeah,
we can levy the $250,000 and we can pay it off quickly, which would have an impact on the tax rate, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you borrowed $250,000 over the course of 5 years, you're not levying your $50,000 a year roughly plus interest-ish, right? For easy numbers, that's not how it works, but, right? So it'd be less levy every year that you'd have to pay, but you'd be paying more interest over the course of time.
You would save money on the interest over time, but
But it
what
would be,
happens?
but it would be a kicker on the levy up front. So I'm not suggesting that we do $7 million with a kicker up front, because that would be extremely a lot. But it would seem to me that you could temper some of the interest that you're paying on sort of more consumable capital equipment if we could figure that out. Not suggesting that we have to do it, I would just like to analyze it to see what impact it would have.
Like I said, I'm sure the reason Burlington's doing it is that it's moving the money, that $250,000 in your example, Mayor, and they're using that $250,000 of freed up levy capacity to support their operating budget. So there is no tax
So,
savings.
well, I don't want to do that. Well, I'm going to borrow for.
That's what
operating,
happens.
But I would rather not waste. The way that the finances are now, we are forced by state law to essentially borrow for everything except operating expenses. And it's just like the state forcing you to use a credit card for items that have a shorter term life. Every copier, everything, every piece of capital equipment that you can imagine, whether it's a computer monitor, right? We're borrowing for. And it's just really frustrating that we're borrowing for it because it's costing us more. Long term. Short term, it'll cost, right? Do you understand where I'm coming with this? I know.
But it wasn't always that way, right?
No, it wasn't always that way, that my expenses go up by $900,000 a year and I can only raise the total levy by $111,000. And I have to figure out where I'm supposed to make up this money.
All right, how long do we have to approve these promissory notes as they are now? For this?
I'm sorry.
We're not in a position, I
I
don't
know,
think,
I'm.
so we'd have to budget for it.
We'll just skip that.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
We don't need to answer that. The main,
Wanted to stop all this whole process and.
We
look
can't
into
stop all this
I'm not
process because
asking to
it's all,
stop it.
it's all tied to road projects and getting the money in place so that we can enter into the contracts to do everything. But going into next year's budget, I think it's incredibly important that we analyze that, at least for some of this stuff.
The one other thing we would need to watch is our debt levy capacity. Our policy says 20% of operations, and we're bordering that 20%. So moving up the 200.
Could you get to the microphone?
Just,
we've got a cap, Tim, right? And we have to find a way to not run afoul of that, yes.
We can change the
So-
policy too.
Well, before we go that far, if we wanted to structure out and start doing one-year ladders to do specific capital improvements that'll run on that 1 year and 1 day policy, if and when, is that something you could do for us in the next 12 months if we bring that to your attention, more or less?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we work.
A ton of extra work, right?
No, if we can look at, I don't know how much capital you have left in your budget, but we can surely look at that, just to do it that way and show what it would save in interest and the tax impact. Can do that,
I
yes.
think the biggest thing is what's the spread on the interest rate between what would be considered a short-term versus mid-term note, right? And then whether or not we actually have the borrowing capacity based on what Tim was just suggesting. Those will be the two big things.
so if we spend $250,000 a year in cars, and we borrow $250,000, and he goes, oh, you're freaking me out, you're getting too close, right? And then we pay off the $250,000, that relief is there, right? And if we do it again, borrow another $250,000 next 2 years from now, he'll go, oh my God, you're getting really close, and then we'll pay it off, and then we won't be there, and then the following year, right? And I understand the long-term implications of you can't borrow $20 million a year because you'll explode the cap, the maximum. I get that. But it just seems that there could be a little bit more finessing there. So that's all I'm trying to get at, right? Okay, so would someone like to make a resolution approving this resolution?
I would love to approve the
A
resolution.
motion approving this resolution?
Second.
Make a motion.
Motion by
To do
Alderperson
that.
Kastner, second by
Second.
Alderperson Bailey. Could you call?
Alderperson Druzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Okay. F, aldermanic reports, are there any this evening? No tree reports?
No, sir, but I'll have an extended one next meeting.
Okay. Just one thing under aldermanic reports. Before this meeting, there was a gentleman, I won't mention his name, who's been sending pictures of Toronto's amazingly efficient removal of snow in Toronto, Canada, Ontario. All of us look at those videos too and go, boy, I wish we could do it like that, where we had these big, snow blowers basically that can clear a street into a line of semi trucks that just remove snow like that, and how they have wing plows that go and clean off every kind of driveway as they go, right? The problem with that is that it's extremely expensive to purchase that equipment. Two, the manpower to do that, it's $30,000 to $40,000 to $50,000 per major snow event. Adding more time to the 18 to 20 people that do it for the entire city would be significantly more expensive, and there isn't the capacity necessarily in the budget to do that. And finally, once you get all of the snow in these big semi trucks, you have to dump it somewhere. There's no place to dump it. Okay, I mean, just so everyone's aware. Kind of agree with that? Just a snowplow, and you guys approved the budget last year, the trucks themselves used to be about $150 to $200 all in. Now we're pushing $300 to $350 to buy a truck. To buy specialized equipment is probably a multiple of that. Okay? And then we will hit the debt limit that you're talking about, right? Which we don't want to do, right, Tim? Okay. It's our assistant finance director. All right. No announcements, citizen commentary. Is anyone that wants to speak? You're here for homes, and you're here for an item later on the agenda back there, right? Okay. Under I don't have anything this evening. Under J, new business. Appointments to various committees and commissions. Under J1A, little I, 3 members to the Community Development Authority for terms to expire February 17, 2030. I would reappoint Stephen Petrosky, Don Carlson, Robert Celine in the event that they would like to, I think they do.
They did at the last meeting indicate
Okay.
that they were interested.
Is there a motion to confirm those appointments?
Motion to confirm.
By Alderperson Kastner.
Second.
Second by Alderperson Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item J2 is a claim received from Odalis Coro Arcos.
Was referred to our city attorney.
Okay. Under J3, approve retainer agreement for Worth and Baynard with regard to the La Sousa litigation. Is there someone that would like to approve that retainer agreement?
Approve.
By Alderperson Drozwicki. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Alderperson Kastner. The firm does a great job with litigating land issues, smaller land issues. So, okay, motion was made and seconded. Would you please call?
Alderperson Druzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Under J4, approve application for 2025-2026 operator licenses. Entertain a motion to approve.
I move for approval.
Entertain. I
Second.
can't say that anymore. What am I supposed to say? Is there a
Do I
motion?
hear
Is
a-
there a do I hear a
Hear a
motion?
motion.
Sorry. Do I hear a motion? Who made that
I
motion?
move for approval.
By Alderperson Sarian. Is there a second? That was
second.
Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Item 5 is adopt a resolution appointing additional election inspectors for 26 and 27. Is there a motion to adopt the resolution?
I move for
By
approval.
Alderperson Sarian, Second by Alderperson Bailey. Would you please call on that one?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Okay, I'd like to take items 6, 7, and 8 together. This is discussion decision to approve the contract for project 2416, which is South 31st Street to West Holmes Avenue. That neighborhood resurfacing Phase 2 with the lawn contractors in the amount of $1,114,232.75. Within that motion, because there has been a lot going on with this, at the Board of Public Works, there was a decision to leave homes open between 27th and 28th Streets. At some point, there was talk of closing that. Included within that project would be leaving the road open. Also, on item number 8 is to approve a motion to add 2 speed tables to Holmes Avenue to slow traffic, which I think was also part of the Board of Public Works that night. So is there a motion to approve the contract as presented, incorporating those 2 features?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Alderperson Bailey. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Sarian. Under discussion.
Did we actually survey the speed tables, or we're just making that assumption?
We did survey work and designed,
No, survey the people about speed
oh,
tables.
surveying, yes. We surveyed the neighborhood of 100, we sent out surveys to 160 homes. We got a significant return, about over almost 80, which is significant for a survey.
I think his question was, were speed tables included as part of the survey?
Yes.
And it was more positive than closing. I don't remember that on the survey.
Yes, it was. We had quite a few people show up at.
Well, I was at that meeting. I don't know about the survey, though.
Oh, you're saying, was there,
A question specific to the
Is there a
tables that
question
we're adding.
said, do you support in putting speed tables into the street? I don't think there is one.
no, there was not a question for that, no.
But we did discuss it at the Board of Public Works.
Right.
And the vast majority of the people present wanted the speed tables in lieu of the closure. So it was like a compromise, and it's been vetted. We've had 50, 60 people at the meetings, at the other, so it's been well discussed, and just want to say,
Did you wanna-
Jeff and his group did a nice job with all the
Yeah.
surveys.
So, there was a motion, a second, under discussion. There's a gentleman here who's been waiting patiently, who's from the Holmes neighborhood. I think he wanted to do citizen commentary, and I told him before the meeting that you want to go up there and tell us your name and your address, and
I hope you don't have a sports car. Hope he doesn't have a sports car.
where's the guy?
Well, funny thing is, my name is Bob Rick. I live at 4933 South 28th Street. There's a couple of concerns I have with the speed tables. I broke the law on Sunday morning. I went up to the middle school because that's where you said the speed table was. Don't yell at me. I went a little fast over those. I had more effect on my truck doing 20 than I did 50. And then when I drove over this one just now, I did 25, which is the legal speed limit. I didn't feel it. So my concerns is,
It's the right size.
well, my concerns
This one
is,
doesn't do, so this one over here, you're talking by Maple Grove?
I didn't feel it.
Yeah, you
I
could,
felt more of the road falling apart more than that speed bump.
yeah.
So the goal of the speed table is that when you're going close to the speed limit, it should not be too jarring
I
for your
felt it
vehicle.
more going slower than I did going faster. Granted, I got a bigger truck. I'll give you that. It might be different in a smaller SUV, car, that type of a thing.
I'm sure a bigger truck and the bigger tires and the different suspension may
It's all
make it
standard.
different, yeah.
My truck is
May make it
stock,
different.
but it is a bigger truck, but it's stock. And I didn't feel that one, and when I did the middle school, there was no kids around, I made sure. But when I went
Is it a speed table or is it a speed bump?
Speed table.
speed table,
Middle school?
So
yes,
generally, the speed tables we have although no traffic control is perfect, I think they'd work pretty well. City of Milwaukee is implementing speed tables too.
City of
because-
Milwaukee's doing a lot of stuff that's stupid, though.
Well, yeah, but they're implementing speed tables too because it's kind of an accepted practice for.
The ones on 116th Street seem to work really well, don't they?
Well, if I
By
go
the-
fast enough, they're fine.
Really?
Oh, so you agree then, if you go slower? then
Really
it's
slow is okay. The
Yes.
speed limit is probably not conducive.
Yes.
But 116th, you can just go in a parking lane and.
Well,
hopefully-
that's cheating it though.
Yeah.
We all cheat when we try
And-
to drive faster. Come on.
Yeah.
And then the other concern is we still haven't addressed the safety for the children walking to the middle school. I do have a elementary school student right now. We have, 9, 10 elementary school students right now just in our road. So they're gonna all be walking from 28th to Holmes to the middle school. Those speed tables aren't gonna do anything, especially if we eventually will get snow one of these years, where no one that drives pulls over to the side or goes to the other lane. They all drive right in their normal lane. They don't care if people are walking. They don't care about anything. Maybe they don't notice anyone because it is darker in the morning. So
So there won't be sidewalks inserted in your neighborhood, sidewalks surrounding the quarter section streets?
no, I'm just trying to figure out how to lower the speed with safety of like our children that are walking that far on Holmes,
Yeah.
especially early morning. Because we all work, we can't get our kids to schools on time.
No, I completely understand. I don't know. I think the best method that people that looked at it were to install the stop signs, which people don't stop for.
People don't stop at them.
But they do slow down,
Yeah.
generally, most of the time. And to put speed tables in between. So what you're basically doing is you're
So-
trying
We're
to
trying to
temper it.
lower
We're
the speed.
trying to, but I'm just saying there's,
If you don't put stop signs and you don't put speed tables, there's absolutely nothing, there's no incentive whatsoever to slow down.
Yeah, other than being the driver, there's nothing really you can do to stop some people, so.
there's gonna be no one that's, I mean, yeah, the drivers are all idiots. We all agree on it. No one pays attention. You see it all the time.
I
I
mean,
mean,
just
just
this guy
on
on
my,
116th Street, we have these speed tables and he goes around them to the side.
Yeah.
So-
There's no easy answer to people speeding, and they do.
Yes.
You can have signs and speed tables, and there's gonna be idiots going 50 miles an hour down a side street, and,
I mean-
hopefully the cops,
there are no, the cops are never in our neighborhood.
Oh, they are in your neighborhood. I
deal
can
with the
assure you.
best we can.
I've never seen one there.
They go through.
I mean, I'm just more concerned, like, these people aren't paying attention, coming down Holmes. Even with a school bus, they don't stop at the red lights when the kids are running out.
It's kind of a societal problem now.
Yes,
So what's been happening, and I can assure you that the school buses, when someone goes around them with their light out,
I disagree because I had to call the cops and the school bus never reported it. And that was the postal service.
okay, because I see the reports of receiving calls from bus drivers.
I called later in the day, the cop called me back to say, hey, the bus never reported this.
Okay,
I gave him my security camera footage. I gave him my neighbor's number as a witness.
okay.
So I had pictures of it all and nothing happened. I didn't care that nothing happened to the postal service guy. I just want people to be aware.
Yeah, so do we, trust
Because
me.
if someone hurts my kid
Yeah.
or any of our kids in the neighborhood,
So one of the problems that we're having societally and systemically right now, everywhere, is that people are driving like
idiots.
everywhere.
Yes, someone just ran the
So-
red light on, 35th and Layton on my way here.
Yeah,
Brand new Escalade I almost owned.
yeah, so I don't know what else to do. It seems that the stop signs and the speed tables are the first step, right? I mean,
I mean, could we do a survey on the speed right now prior to anything being done? If it exceeds
So
a
he has surveys of what the
But
speeds.
that was not correct speed limit because Holmes Ave was down to one lane with all the road construction going on, with all Miller pipes.
Yeah.
Had all their equipment on one of those,
We can do we can measure the speed prior to and after.
because right where one of those sensors was right where Miller had their dump truck
Okay.
and a bunch of trailers and a bunch of stone that was laying on the road. So it was down to a one-lane
He
road.
can get those, he can get it out there beforehand.
And then could we vote on a speed table if then?
No, we can't do it then because we have to include it into a contract to put it in,
Okay,
all right?
well,
I don't think the speed table would be a negative. It wouldn't make people
It won't
drive
make me slow down.
faster. It wouldn't make people
Well,
drive
maybe you
faster,
should slow
though.
down and not drive like an idiot.
I just did it in the middle
just-
school on a Sunday
Yeah,
with no one
I'm
around.
just saying, right? I mean, it's, so.
But you just admitted people drive faster.
I'm not sure if they want to get airborne, it's
I
like, oh,
didn't leave the ground.
Yeah.
And then the other question is, a couple of our neighbors have lowered cars. I mean, Corvettes and then some Hondas that are lowered.
They won't be going fast.
No, but what is the ground clearance on those?
Not good.
Well, it depends on it.
Because none of us want to go left onto 27th Street, so we have to go down Holmes. So they're
It's-
going to be driving over the two speed bumps.
It's no worse than any driveway apron. The speed table, because the speed table's approximately 4 inches tall.
All of our
It's-
driveway approaches are,
It's wide enough that both wheels are on the table at the same time. So it's like going up a driveway apron and coming down a driveway apron.
you said it's only 4 inches tall from the top of the speed table to the main road?
Yeah,
The one at the middle school was higher than that.
The one at the middle school is not a normal speed table.
Well,
No, I mean,
Jeff
I
gave
don't,
me that
he
as
might,
a
maybe it is and I
suggestion.
missed it, but that one's pretty more aggressive.
they look worse than they are. They're approximately
There's
4
some down by
inches.
Marquette High School on the side streets there where they try to do it, and those are very aggressive speed tables.
Yeah,
So
I've
ours
seen them
are-
in Milwaukee that are more aggressive, but almost too aggressive, so.
Yeah, so we
well,
don't,
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Are you going to go,
so what I would
which style
suggest,
are we doing?
what I would suggest is that you get a hold of him in his office, and he can show you the plan as to what a speed table looks like.
well, the speed table you said was the elementary school right up the street from here. And then you gave me the suggestion
They're
of,
the only ones we know of.
and
I
you gave me the suggestion of that one. And now you're
can
saying,
verify that the speed table at the middle school is different than this one, because I think it is. He may have said that it's not, but
You're getting speed tables. Everybody voted on it. It's gonna help. I wish I had more speed tables in my district. So,
Well-
the people in your district, people in your area wanted them, they voted for them.
that wasn't a question on the
It might
thing,
not be the
though.
panacea of.
That wasn't
you know,
a question.
It's gonna help, and you asked for a stop sign, we got the stop sign, speed table.
We also
we're
asked for
gonna help.
cops sitting there, too.
So, I think it's gonna help.
so I can just tell you that almost every neighborhood in the city wants us to put speed tables everywhere,
And you're getting,
Well,
just so you know.
this should,
And if
on
they're
the survey,
the
they're
wrong
not,
size and cars are losing their cowlings because they're too high and they're worse than this one, but better than that one.
the survey didn't say, would you rather have the road closed or speed tables? It just said, do you want the road closed? And then would you prefer a speed table over another option or something?
So what happened when the survey went out when the road was closed?
Yes.
People said, we don't want the road closed, but we want traffic to slow down.
Yes.
And stop signs and speed tables are the two best ways to try to slow down traffic, other than posting a police officer on.
On every street corner.
And
you
they're
can't
not
do it.
necessarily
and we can't
perfect,
do
and
that.
they're not necessarily perfect, but those
But
are
we
the best
can
options.
have-
Well, that's why I'm trying to figure out suggestions where, like, what to do for, like, because the speed's not gonna slow down with those tables. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, we don't know that, so you
That's why we're doing-
asked.
that's
can
why we're
you-
gonna do
can
this
you-
survey
Can
before
you
and
determine what
after.
the speed is now, and we will do that.
Yes.
And when the road is complete in August or September, whenever it gets done, we'll
When's-
put the same, I don't know when it's gonna get done.
Let's say, when's it starting?
It's starting in April probably, or
Yeah, it'll start in April. It should be done
utility work,
by August. sometime
Utility
in
work's already
August.
done.
huh?
Gas is done, water.
Whatever needs to be done.
Okay, no.
Because I don't think they dug up did they dig up all the streets in the east side already for all the utility work? They may have, I don't know.
I think they're done on.
They redid all the
I think they're
gas
done on
lines.
the east half
Typically,
now.
they do utilities in an area and then
Because
they.
I got a big hole in my driveway where they drilled my concrete that, they moved my driveway.
Okay, all right.
All right, well,
So we will have that, and.
we'll do a
Can
survey
you
before.
Have your name, just for the record.
Bob,
Yeah,
Bob Rick.
Okay, you have that?
Yeah.
You know the name? Okay,
He knows where I live. You put a
Yeah.
street light in front of my
yeah,
house.
I've been to your house.
okay, all right, very good. Thank you. Okay, the motion was made and seconded, I believe, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it was.
Would you please call? This is to include both items below, okay?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
No.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
No.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
I'll break the tie with an aye vote. It's the fourth time in 20 years that I've broken
Pretty
a
much the
tie.
way, reason I voted that way.
Is it? Thank you, appreciate that. All right. Alderperson Akers called me prior to this meeting, indicated she couldn't be here and wanted to express support for that item, so I'm trying to be consistent with her desire. But it's my own decision. All right, item 9, discussion decision to adopt an ordinance amending section 8.04 of the Greenfield Municipal Code by repealing 2822 regarding a handicap parking zone in front of the property at 3636 South 34th Street.
I move for approval.
Second.
A motion by Alderperson Sarian, second by Alderperson Bailey. Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Item 10, discussion decision to adopt an ordinance amending 804 of the Greenfield Municipal Code regarding a stop sign at West Carpenter Avenue at the intersection of South 55th Street. Is this adding a stop sign?
It was a stop sign that was there before that didn't have an ordinance, so we're just correcting the record, correcting the ordinances.
Do you think it'll slow down traffic?
It's not a T intersection, yeah.
All right, motion, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Alderperson Bailey, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Caster, would you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Item 11 is a discussion decision to sign an agreement with Novo Solutions for Public Works Operations Software in the amount of $17,345.
Motion for approval.
By Alderperson Kastner.
Second.
Second by Alderperson Bailey. Just quickly under discussion. I talked to IT today about this.
I did too.
Yeah, you did too. So that we're not going to buy it until we make sure that it meets the
Yeah.
protocol.
Yeah,
Okay.
I connected the IT person from the software company with Tim Lemmers today, and they should have spoken, so.
Okay, so don't sign this contract until
Yeah.
we're sure that it, okay. All right, would you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Item 12 is approved schedules of disbursements in the amount of $1,004,097.21. Is there a motion to approve that?
I move for approval.
By Alderperson Sarian, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Bailey. Would you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Okay. Item 13 is to go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 1985, parent 1, parent little b, and parent little f, considering licensure, social or personal history, or medical information for the purposes of issuing a 25-26 operator license to Jason Wayne Trudell. And Jason's here this evening? You're here with someone? You're one of the owners? Okay. Do you have an objection to Nicole being in here with you? Okay. Is there a motion to go into closed session? Did we do that?
Motion to go into closed
By
session.
Alderperson Kastner, second by Alderperson Bailey. Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Zaryan.
Aye.